What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. It's about time we talk about Ryan Edwards from Teen Mom OG's latest arrest, right? So he was actually arrested this past Monday for what is like the third time. Remember, the first time he was arrested, like it never showed up in press. Then the second time he was arrested, it was quietly leaked. And then that's when we learned about his first arrest. And now here we are on Ryan Edwards' third arrest in like such a short time frame. I want to say within a year. It's quite sad to see what is happening here, but Hollywood Life managed to get a little bit of insight for us in the form of a Nashville attorney. He is a criminal defense attorney in the state that Ryan keeps getting himself into trouble in. And so, of course, he has more insight on what could be, you know, the outcome of this entire situation than the average person. Remember, Ryan was arrested on July 23rd for possession of heroin, and he was already on a suspended sentence charge, and probation. Like, it was a lot. Anyway, the attorney's name is Ben Rabin, and this is what he had to say about Ryan's situation. And I quote, "Usually in this state, we do try to send people to treatment for when they're found with drugs, but a lot of times once they've given them multiple chances, like in this case where Ryan is violating probation, then at that point, sometimes the judge says enough is enough and says they're going to jail, and at that point, they can put all the offender's sentences into effect." He continued on to say, "In Ryan's case, I can tell you he is facing up to 11 months and 29 days in jail just on this most recent charge of simple heroin possession. But that's not all, because he has a prior suspended sentence as well as probation that the judge could choose to add to his sentence. To break it down, Ryan has the 6 months of probation he was sentenced to in March of 2018, as well as a suspended sentence of 11 months and 29 days stemming back to his very first arrest. He was able to get that sentence suspended, but that does not mean it's gone. It's hanging over his head, and since he has violated probation, if the judge chooses to, he can do what I call unsuspend it. So they could potentially put those things together with the year he's facing on this most recent arrest. Worst case scenario, he could actually be looking at 2.5 years in jail. I think it's probably unlikely that he would get totally maxed out on all of that, but he is potentially facing 2.5 years in jail at this point. Shocking news, to say the least, especially considering Ryan and Mackenzie literally like a couple of days, 2-3 days before news of his arrest broke, were giving paid interviews to outlets like E! News, where they claimed that they got kicked off the show because of Macy and MTV refusing to show that he has, you know, recovered as an addict. They were like, oh, we're not on the show because MTV wants to see me in treatment facilities, but I don't need to do that because I've already recovered as an addict. I want to inspire more people to live like life after addiction, and look where we are now. Like, really stunning. You know, like the attorney that Hollywood Life spoke to said, it's unlikely that Ryan is going to serve, you know, a full 2.5 years, but I do feel like he's going to be serving something. Remember, Ryan keeps getting arrested in Red Bank County, and Red Bank happens to be a really, really small town that has like one judge pretty much, and the judge of that court also happens to coincidentally be the father of one of Ryan's really, really close friends. Remember, I did a video like specifically dedicated to this that you can find on my channel. The son of the Red Bank Court judge is Ryan's best man, the guy who was his best man at his wedding to Mackenzie Standiffer. If you're wondering how that first arrest managed to, you know, stay out of the press, or how he manages to like keep avoiding any real trouble, that's why. But you know what? At this point, it seems like 3 strikes and you're out, Ryan. Like, you had such a good plug who managed to keep you away from trouble. All you had to do was take your sobriety and your recovery seriously. But of course, you did not. And now here we are. It's okay to admit that you're struggling with staying sober, but like, that's what facilities are for. Like, he did a really, really brief stint in rehab. He didn't even complete the full 30 days. I think he only did like 21 or less. So this is what happens when you don't take your recovery seriously, especially from something as addictive as heroin. Like with a son already here and another child on the way in less than 3 months, Ryan should be doing a lot more than this to get himself on the straight and narrow. And in fact, speaking of his upcoming second child, his wife Mackenzie is due in about 10 weeks, I believe, according to the Ashley. And Ryan is sitting in jail until at least the 6th of August, apparently. Also, according to the Ashley, if I am quoting that correctly, obviously she's not going to be giving birth on the 6th of August. But with him being in jail for this long and then facing like 2.5 years in jail, he might potentially miss the birth of his second child. And that is quite a scary predicament to be in, both for himself and for Mackenzie, you know, and both of their families as well. This is not a good way to start out the birth of your child, you know, at all. How absolutely stunning is it to hear both Mackenzie and Ryan claim that he is completely sober, everything is Macy and MTV's fault, one day, and then literally the next day or the day after that, surprise, he's in jail, and this time he's going to be in jail for quite a while. He was arrested this past Monday on the 20-something of July. Let me go back and look here, on the 23rd of July, and it looks like he's going to be there at least until the 6th of August. That's like the longest time he's ever been in jail. Like typically it's an in and out situation for him, but no bail. The judge tried to help him, and Ryan, you know, helped his sentence a little bit earlier by going to a rehab program, because like this attorney said, they typically try to help you in the form of like getting you sober, because this is an illness. This isn't an illness. This is a disease that jail can't 100% fix. This is something that you need to fix with, you know, medical professionals. But unfortunately, it seems like Ryan is not actually interested in following through with that sort of thing. Even on the last reunion of Teen Mom OG, he claimed that a big reason he won't go to another facility or another doctor is because they don't want the show involved. But he could very much attend these things without the Teen Mom cameras. That is just an absolute cop-out from someone who doesn't seem to want to really kick his addiction. You guys, are you surprised to hear that Ryan Edwards from Teen Mom OG got arrested for the 3rd time last week? Leave all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and as usual, we'll chat. You can also like this video, subscribe for more. Feel free to share it with your friends as well, and follow me across social media, where I absolutely love chatting with you. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.